makes you feel ungrateful.
Yeah.
That you can't get your head around yourself.
Fault, you know, like that's the thing as well. It's like it is a medical thing.
I started my journey back in when we lived in Germany, and David went to Iraq for 6 months, and I was absolutely fine. It was so level, everything was hunky-dory, and he came back and I just fell apart. I just cried all the time, and it's a time when you're thinking I should be happy. My husband's home, he's alive, he's you know, it was an okay tour, everyone came back alive. But couldn't sort it out.
What do you think triggered it for you? Like,
I don't know whether I'd been, I don't know if I'd had it prior to that, actually. Because
we think like that, you know,
sorry.
Sometimes we think that it's just one event that's triggered it, but it can be a lot of things that kind of build up to reaching a point in your life where you do feel overwhelmed. You know, like I've been to therapy quite a few times now throughout my life, and I've had 3 kind of like, I suppose, moments in my life where things have been particularly bad. Once when I was at school, because I was being bullied, and the sort of stress of that every day just took its toll on me mentally. Then
it was an ant.
When I was in my sort of mid-20s, I went through a bit of another crisis where I just had this complete identity crisis. I was in a relationship that wasn't working. I felt misunderstood, and I just lost my identity completely. So I went through this evolution like in my 20s. And then again when I lost my job, because I put a lot of I think having an identity and feeling like you know who you are creates that security for yourself, and when that's sort of like,
how many people do they know who they are?
Well, they don't, and I think that's the journey. I think that's what we're all struggling with these days, because we all think that we're supposed to be this certain way, when actually just by being you is like allowing yourself to just be you is what makes you happy, I think. I've gone on a massive like evolution like this last year, because I've really had to confront who I am as a person, the things that I like about myself. Like that was always really hard for me to say, you know, like it was almost in a weird way like me saying I liked something about myself I saw as like an arrogance, you know, like you can't say that, like that's being cocky, you know, when actually it's not. It's just giving yourself some credit, you know, like for the good things that you do.
Yeah, you are taught, or I was certainly taught as a child, not to say anything really positive about yourself, or even how to, if somebody says that you're attractive, and how do you accept that compliment?
Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, really.
You're gorgeous, thank you.
I don't know that anyone credits themselves with as much as they should. Again, I think it's something we need to teach our children.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot to learn as human beings. So I found out that I had an underactive thyroid 22 years ago. And I think that one of the, what's the word I'm looking for? Depression is one of the side effects of an underactive thyroid. So it is possible that I had it long before,
really.
but was doing the stiff upper lip thing, because I'm English.
Yeah, of course, we all do it.
And I think that it all came out when David came back, because I was finally allowed to.
Exactly, I was just going to say, like, you've been having to be strong for yourself.
Yeah, and for all the other wives.
Yeah, exactly, and then you had somebody to lean on, and it was that almost like you've opened the emotional floodgates to be able to talk to somebody about what you've been feeling.
Yeah,
I get
that. I think it
completely.
was. Yeah, I can stay positive most of the time, and it catches me unaware. And I occasionally ring David and say, I just feel really sad today. You've got to get it right, though. It's finding your reason, isn't it?
Yeah.